What is going on, everybody? And in this video, we're providing you a state of the market and stock picks for October 26, 2022. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, consider subscribing, as I do provide daily and weekly updates to get you prepared for the day and the week ahead in this glorious market. Now, today was a very interesting day. The market was running quite a bit. There's some positive data, but nonetheless, the positive data that you're getting really isn't the best, and we're getting the most accurate data when it comes to earnings. And that is proven after the bell today, when Google missed by a ton, and Microsoft, the cloud space, is not doing so hot. So what does that mean? That means your Amazon is not going to do so hot. That means Meta is not going to do so hot. And after hours, they completely tanked. I wouldn't actually be surprised tomorrow if we do gap down. The question is can there be some sort of rally after this? And there's a lot of hope that hopefully Apple can pull everybody out. But if they cannot, they are definitely in a lot of trouble, especially seeing as there's been a lot of chip issues, and also understanding that Apple's been in a lot of headline news over the past about 2 months. Um, so being said, there's a lot going there, and you have to really watch out what could potentially happen in the next coming days. Now, being said, do I think we're going to slip and fall and drop to and break 3,600? It really just depends on how the market is and how we wake up tomorrow. Could we gap down? We could hold, but understand that things are looking bad. If your big corporations cannot hold, that is a bad telltale sign of things to what's coming around the bend. And there's a lot of news I've even seen today. People asking the Fed to stop raising rates, as it will continue to destroy the markets. But I think that there will still be another 75-point basis move, and potentially another one following that. Again, the problem here being is that the rates, any kind of positive data you get only allows the Fed to continue to raise rates, and think that the market can take the impact of raising rates even more. And we're starting to see, again, your good corporations, your Googles, your Teslas is looking really bad, right? What does that mean for Apple? Apple could be really, really bad, and that's no joke. And if it's really bad, that means the rest of the market is going to absolutely collapse back down to 3,600 easily if something isn't done correctly. So, with that being said, where does that leave us? What are we going to be doing next? Well, good questions, all good questions. That leads us into the next monetary policy, which is on the 2nd. And then, again, we'll get another core on the 13th, followed by another monetary policy on the 15th of that's December. There is a monetary policy on the 13th of next month as well, or core, excuse me. So we're going to really see what the market's made of around that point. Again, things are in a bad situation, and they're not getting better. You're just starting to see the housing market really start to take a hit. It takes a long time for that to roll out and play out, and understand what that really entails. But with that being said, we have to see how tonight holds. Again, all your big corporations took a major hit today. I think your banks are the only thing that are currently holding up, and they're even in a they're currently hitting a resistance. So there could be one hell of a pullback on the banks as well. Things have just been running. Again, things just cannot go up. They're going to come down. And we've had a nice rally. Could be our earnings rally, but I was stating this last week. On Tuesday, you're going to find the truth about what's really going on. And then from that point, things can get really nasty. And that's what we're starting to see. And it's just the beginning. We got Meta tomorrow. Meta still has some weight. But Apple and Amazon, they are not looking so hot. Unless they can turn it around, things are going to get really bad. So tomorrow, really watching to see. Again, we're already dropping started dropping after hours. We're already down to the 38.14. Again, these breakouts, like I've said, none of these have played out. We break out and then we break right back in. That info we have today could push us right back down, and we could potentially start selling again. You just have to be mindful that's something that very much could happen going into the next couple of days. So watching this level again, really watching to see if we can break back down in this tomorrow, break back down below the 3,800. Again, I think we're way overextended here anyway. This is all hopium that we would dial back, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case unless the Fed actually take action and do something. So that's what we're looking for tomorrow. No, I'm not really seeing this pump up tomorrow. I'm seeing some sort of a pullback tomorrow. If we bounce, we bounce, but I'm looking for that things to get really bloody, at least for tomorrow anyway. The dollar, let's take a look at the dollar here. The dollar, again, might get some steam and pop right back up tomorrow. Again, this is the thing, we did break trend here, so we need to see if this will pull back within. Again, this is on the daily. So we did break the trend here. Normally you get a retest. Maybe that's what we're getting, is a retest, and then this thing sells back off. I don't know, but we're going to have to definitely see what happens there. But the dollar still potentially a higher low here, which as long as it doesn't drop below this 109, can still travel, make its way back up. So we're watching that. Oil still sitting at 85. Tesla really struggling, batting around roughly around here, around the 221. Want to see what happens with this tomorrow. Again, with everything going on, I could see this right back down to 200 tomorrow. Again, I'm slowly accumulating some of these. I'm not really sure if we're going to break the 200. It's been holding the 200 really well. Again, same old news. I'm not really sure is going to push this market even further down. It's really hard to tell. We do know a lot. We do know what's going on now. None of it's really a guess, but we'll still have to see if there's any fear. BA did pop after hours. But with all that being said and done, I'll pop during the day, but all that's said and done, we'll see if this gaps down. JPM, the banks, they look like they've been wanting to turn over for a while. They continue to pop. Again, they're at a tough resistance, so they're at a 200 EMA. It's really what's kind of holding the market up, as tech is starting to sell off pretty heavy. See if this does break down and start selling tomorrow. So we'll have to definitely watch that. If banks do turn over, just going to add more fuel to the downside for the market in itself, and where we could potentially land in the morning. So GS, again, massive rip. Let's see if where this thing lands in the morning. I do feel all these financial institutions and everything are going to dial back quite a bit. Same with Bank of America. Again, all banks are the same. But that is pretty much what I got. I don't want to put too much out there. It really depends on how the market's digesting this. Again, big tech is taking a major hit. Things are not at all looking good, especially in the tech sector. And that's normally what's been, normally at the beginning of this year, what's really carried us has been financials and value. And if they give out tomorrow, which they're at resistance right now, and they've had a good couple of days run, to understand they're not going to continue to run, they will dial back. That could be what we get. And then things could really see a nasty day tomorrow. So we're going to have to wait and see how that does play out, and then essentially take it from that point. But with that being said, I'm not going to make this super long. Go ahead and drop a like button. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.